Next, we take you to a very special nursing home in southwest China. This place provides a warm and happy home for elderly people whose children have left to find work in other provinces. The home is short on money, has limited facilities, and runs without a valid license. Still, for many, this place has become home. China View has the story.
This is number 175 on Huangjiawan Road in Guiyang City, the capital of Guizhou Province in southwest China. It may look like any ordinary building, but this place is home to numerous elderly people from the province's rural areas. With no one else to take care of them, this place became their only option to spend their winter years in a warm and comfortable home. The house hasn't been renovated in years, and the facilities are basic. Officials from the Civil Affairs Department of Guiyang have even tried to convince the elderly people in residence to move elsewhere, with the promise of better living conditions. But all refuse to leave this place that's become their home.
Some officials came here and spoke to two of the elderly residents. They asked them whether they would like to move into a better place. They promised to find them a much nicer home. But they turned down the offer and said they wouldn't go anywhere.
The nursing home was founded by Yang in 2006 using 80,000 yuan, nearly $13,000 that he made from working as a loader and a small business selling tofu. Yang Meishui left his home in a small village in Guizhou in 2001 and came to live and work in the provincial capital of Guiyang. As an ordinary migrant worker, his dream was to save enough money to be able to build a new home for his family. One day during a visit home in 2005, Yang saw an old man fall in the street. Yang rushed to help him up and found out that the old man was living by himself because all of his children work in other provinces. The old man's story gave Yang the idea of opening a nursing home.
I asked the old man why he didn't go and live in a nursing home. He told me that he could not afford it on his low pension. He received just 400 yuan a month, and the cost of living in a nursing home would cost 700 or 800 yuan a month. I told him that his children should pay for it, but he told me that his children had their own families to take care of, and life was already hard for them. He didn't want to become a burden on them. I started to think I might be able to help old people like him by establishing a nursing home.
Yang soon made the decision to use his savings on renting a small house and preparing several rooms for elderly people to live in. He used all of the money that he planned to use on building a new home for his family. Yang doesn't expect to make any money from the nursing home. He only charges those who are in relatively good financial situations. The standard fee is 600 yuan per person per month, which is about 100 or 200 lower than the regular price. Some of the elderly people who live in his nursing home don't have families, and many come from poor rural families that can't afford to pay the fee. These people are exempt from all charges. For this reason, it is often very difficult for Yang to make any profit or even break even. Fortunately, many local residents and enterprises have offered financial aid to the special nursing home. It gives Yang the inspiration to carry on.
When I see the lowly old people, I imagine being one of those people with no children. I imagine someone coming to give me a hand, and that makes me feel very happy. So, I don't want them to pay me.
Before the arrival of the Chinese Lunar New Year, Yang and his co-workers were busy preparing for the festival in the nursing home. That included giving everyone a nice haircut. 82-year-old Huang Zhenhuai came to live in the nursing home after all his children went to live in another province. He suffers from Alzheimer's disease and sometimes behaves like a child. It requires patience from Yang and his co-workers to care for elderly like him, but they never complain. Over the past 6 years, the nursing home has taken in 83 elderly people and provided them with a life of comfort and fulfillment. On the wall of the small yard, there is a banner that reads, "Treat people like your own parents." In the narrow kitchen of the nursing home, Zhang Xifei, Yang's wife, prepares food for all the people living here.
Today we're having cauliflower, pork, and lobster sauce. I change the menu for them from time to time.
In the beginning, Zhang was not happy with her husband's decision. She accused him of wasting all their family savings on nothing, but now she thinks differently.
In the beginning, I would often complain to my husband, but now I don't. Even though we still don't make any money, I'm satisfied just seeing my family pull together.
26-year-old Yang Qing is Yang Meixue's youngest son. He got married 4 years ago and has a 2-year-old son. He used to work in the provincial capital with his father. However, after learning that Yang couldn't afford to hire enough people, he decided to quit his job and help his father out in the nursing home.
Fortunately, my children have never blamed me or judged me. I owe them a lot. A lot of Chinese parents have a lot to give to their children and are able to buy them houses and cars and pay for their weddings. But I can't afford any of those things. My children don't have houses and didn't even have big weddings when they got married. I feel really bad about that. I'm sorry for that.
Many elderly people have lived in this small building over the past 6 years. Yang remembers every single one of them.
I feel truly sad for those who lived in my nursing home, then passed away. Especially one man who was 101 years old. His children treated him really badly, so I decided to throw him a birthday party right here.
"20-year-old Yan Jun is a special member of the nursing home. He has poor eyesight and is unable to walk, so he cannot live alone. In 2007, he came to the nursing home with his elderly father, who died only a few months later. Yang insisted that Yan Jun stay in the nursing home and has treated him like an extra son. During the most difficult times, Yang has considered giving up, but the support and kindness he receives from local residents has kept him going. Some retired doctors have volunteered to provide free medical support for the elderly at Yang's nursing home. Yang says that no matter what happens, he could never walk away from the people that are relying on him.
When times are hard, I could have easily given up. Sometimes I have felt that I can't hang on anymore, especially when I couldn't even afford to pay the rent on the house. But there is an old Chinese saying that says, "Life and hope will renew, and you will always find a way to go."
But there's one thing that troubles Yang. Because of the poor facilities, his nursing home doesn't meet with national standards, and therefore cannot be issued a license. Officials from the Civil Affairs Department have visited the nursing home several times, and as much as they want to issue him with a license, they refuse to break the rules. This means Yang's nursing home is at risk of being closed. The Civil Affairs Department, however, has applauded Young's hard work and called for more efforts to help improve its conditions. Once the nursing home is able to meet with the national standards, Young will be issued a license and will then be able to continue his worthy life of work.